Hello, everyone. So a couple of days ago, I received a phone call and I was told that I tested positive for the coronavirus. And to be honest, I didn't really want to make a video about it, but I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. The first reason is to let you all know that I'm fine and I'm healthy. And the second reason is also just to share my experiences of having the virus, just in case it helps anybody. So basically, at the beginning of March, from the 2nd until the 7th of March, I was in Italy for work. I was in Torino. Torino's in the north of Italy. It's very close to Lombardy, which was, at that time, Lombardy in Italy was already completely locked down. Nobody in or out. And they had a lot of people already dying from the virus. But even then, even during that moment, when I was in Torino, everything was basically normal. I ate out at restaurants every day. I went to bars. I was working in an office with lots of other people. Obviously, I caught aeroplanes, public transport. Everything was just normal. And then when on the 7th of March, when I came back to Spain, this was on my aeroplane seat. Okay, I kept it. And it basically says, if you're traveling from an affected area, which obviously Italy was affected, if you don't have any symptoms, you can go about your daily life, family, work, leisure, and school. Monitor your health for the following 14 days after arriving from affected areas, and if during that period of time you develop symptoms of acute respiratory infection, such as fever or cough or shortness of breath, then stay at home and dial 112. And I think that on reflection, so I basically left Italy about a month ago. On reflection, it's incredible to think how bad how bad our understanding of the virus was, and also how bad were the measures to control the virus. And even now, based on what happened to me, I think it's not adequate. So I only started to develop symptoms about 14 days after I got back from Italy. Obviously, I don't know when exactly I was infected, but it was almost certainly when I was in Italy, because thankfully, because of my job, I work alone. I don't work with anybody else in the office. I'm kind of a solitary person, so I spend all day in front of a computer. Thankfully, when I got back from Italy, I had very limited contact with people. I went to the supermarket. I went to my local cafe to have coffee. But apart from that, very little contact. And the thought, and this is something which troubles me now, the thought that, I followed this government advice, and I at that time, people were behaving kind of normally, even in the north of Italy. The thought that I could, for those 2 weeks, the thought that I could have been infecting other people is just horrific to me. Thankfully, I wasn't teaching any classes, but I don't know. Maybe I did infect people. I don't know. In the supermarket, maybe I touched something in the supermarket. Maybe I I touched a coffee cup. Do you know what I mean? And just the idea that maybe, you know, I've infected other people and someone will die as a result is just it's a horrific thought. Yeah, it's not a nice feeling. So anyway, for the past since I developed symptoms, I had a really bad kind of head infection. So my sinuses were blocked. I had incredible headaches. Even now, after 2 weeks, I still have headaches. I had a headache yesterday. I've got a headache right now, right behind my eyes. I've had a constant snot, completely blocked, sore throat. But I never developed any of the 3 symptoms that are on this paper. I never developed any of the 3 symptoms that you see on the internet. I never developed a cough. I never had fever. And I never had any breathing problems. Which obviously I'm really happy about, because I don't think that there's anything more terrifying than not being able to breathe. And especially for me, because I have inhalers, because I have seasonal allergies. So when the plants start to pollinate, I have sometimes breathing problems. I have also in the past suffered from high blood pressure. You know, I'm 41 years old. You know, I'm a good candidate to get really sick. I'm a good candidate to go into hospital and maybe even die. And so obviously I feel really lucky that I was not affected in a serious way by the virus. But having said that, you know, even though I wasn't, you know, affected seriously, I was in bed for 2 weeks. It's definitely the sickest that I've ever been in my adult life anyway. As a child, I don't know, but I've definitely never been this sick as an adult. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna give it maybe 2 out of 10. So now I'm in quarantine. I'm not allowed to leave this room that I'm in. I'm separated from my family. I can't see my son or my wife, which my wife is quite happy about that. But it's only for 2 weeks, and obviously there are people who are in a much worse situation, and yeah, it definitely gives you anxiety to know that you have the virus, and to think that, you know, you could end up in a place where you might be in a hospital room, isolated, all alone, and you can't even have anybody next to you who you love. You know, you might die alone. That's just horrible, and that's happening. So look, the final thing I want to say is that you need to listen to the people who really know about this virus. So epidemiologists, virus experts, people who really understand pandemics, understand how viruses work, how they spread. They're the people that we should be listening to. It's very clear that politicians have other agendas, and there's lots of misinformation out there. So I will say that, don't listen to me. Okay, I'm not an expert in viruses, but all I can say is that 7 days of quarantine is not enough. 14 days maybe not even be enough. I mean, I've been back almost a month, and I tested positive only a few days ago. So yeah, stay inside. Only have contact with other humans if it's life or death situation, if you need food or, you know, medication, and that's it. Protect yourself, protect your family. So that's it. So now I'm going to do what everybody else does when they're in quarantine. I'm going to shave my head I don't really have anything. I'm gonna give myself a haircut. I'm gonna make some funny cat videos. Gonna just read books, study, and do work. So, unfortunately, because I'm quarantined, that means that I cannot do any live classes. I don't have the technology to do that. But I will be making some YouTube videos here from my isolation space. So I'll be uploading some videos very soon. So thanks very much for listening. Thank you for your love and support, and please stay safe. Lots of love. Bye, guys.